Another week, another show. Got that hot tea, you know. Ooh. Get ready for the unfiltered truth. What she thinks too. On reality, on everyone. Oh, yeah. The real talk has just begun. What she thinks too. Real commentary, real opinions. What she thinks too. What she thinks, what she thinks.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Marquetta Shanae, and welcome to What She Thinks Too. Listen, I'm glad you all are joining in. Today I got two topics that I want to discuss, so let's hop right on in. So the first thing I want to talk about is Sincere from Love Island. Now, if you're on my channel, hopefully you've already watched Love Island and you know who Sincere is. If you have not, then you got some catching up to do. The show is over. The finale just aired. But something that I am paying close attention to, of course, we're all paying attention to Melanie and Sincere, right? Because we want to see how that all ends up, which we have a strong idea of how it's going to end up. But one of the things I'm paying attention to is how people acknowledge and talk about Sincere. And when I say people, I mean the people in the villa, right? So I go back to when Sincere's dad came on the show, and I'm not as clear. I saw a post that his sister made. She said that it was his stepdad. Cool. Stepdad, dad, either way, we respect his father for how he showed up for his son and held him accountable. But something that stuck out to me and to the audience is when the father said, I would not let a man like you sit at my table. Right? And that was such a powerful thing for the father to say, because we don't necessarily see, and not saying that it doesn't happen, because clearly it does happen, but we don't necessarily see men be held accountable for these types of actions. A lot of times what we see is men being praised for having multiple women and so on and so forth. We don't really see the accountability factor of what a man is doing that's inappropriate when it comes to women relationships and their hearts. Also, I mean, it is something to be said that this was on TV, right? So not only was the family able to see this, but the world was able to see this. So the father being able to watch what was going on, he had a first-hand account. Well, second-hand account, because he wasn't there in the villa, but he had the same visuals that we had. He had the same reactions that we had towards what was going on. But the thing of it is that I'm listening to some of the commentary that some of the villagers, the islanders are having in reference to Sincere, and even Melanie and Anaya, like, oh, he's such a good person. He's such a good person. And I'm going to play a clip from Dylan and Kenzie on their live once they came out of the villa, talking about how good of a person Sincere actually is, and then we're going to discuss it.
How do you feel about Sincere? I love Sincere. So here's the thing.
I love Sincere too.
Here's the thing. With the show,
I also love Melanie. I love both of them, and I just wish them the best. Like, with the show,
I feel like you get different perspectives of people and how they act in relationships. But as a person, I think Sincere is a great human. The thing that I respect about Sincere is he owns up about them.
Okay, so listen. These people are too easily giving Sincere the title, oh, he's such a good person, he's a good friend. No. Would you want to be around someone who is a liar? Who you know is a liar? Who you've seen is a liar? Who you've actually heard lie to you? And this is what got me, right? So remember in the episode when they were doing the where the Islanders had to choose who they wanted to go home, and they were giving the hearts out, and then Corbin gave his speech. Now, initially when Corbin gave his speech, I was a little taken aback, because I'm like, what you mean this person stabbed you in the back? Like, what are you saying? Like, what was going on in the villa that you felt like he stabbed you in the back? Are you talking about, you know what I'm saying, with Melanie, like Melanie? Are you talking about that? What are you saying, right? But when Corbin gave his explanation, he was like, no, because you would come to us and tell us one thing, and it was clearly something else. And I had so much respect for Corbin, because I'm like, yes, everybody else is not seeing it that way, right? Because Sincere is a fun person. Sincere is charming. The Bible tells us that charm is deceitful. Hello. But he's all these things. He's charismatic and all that, you know what I'm saying? And that draws people in. There's a lure there. It's also something to be said that, yeah, he looked good too. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't bad on the eyes. Because listen, if you was bad on the eyes, Sincere, and that line and stuff, yeah, cutthroat, get him out of here. We ain't got time. But that's not the case, right? But when Corbin was like, nah, you was moving real funny. You would be telling us one thing, and then clearly it was something else going on. Oh my gosh, ding, ding, ding. So, dude, you let me down. Corbin held him accountable for those very things. But everybody else, he's a good person. He's a good friend. No, he's not. Because if you will lie to somebody that you say that you care about / love, you will lie and do that to your friends and your homeboys too. Right? And I think what's missing is because the other people in the villa felt like, oh, but he's a good person. He took accountability for it. You had to take accountability for it. It's in your face. But even in him being like, yeah, I did it, I messed up, so on and so forth, you were, listen, y'all. If you go back to it, you were doing that with her anyway. You was telling half truths, which is still a lie. Okay, first and foremost. So it ain't no like, oh, well, he did tell me. No, he was still lying. It was manipulation that was in there. Let me downplay so that I'm manipulating you to get the results that I desire, right? And I'm not going to even get on Melanie the way that I could get on Melanie right now. It's just bothering me in reference to how they are categorizing Sincere, because we typically do this. And then we get burned in the end, you know what I'm saying? Because we categorize somebody who is fun to be around as a good friend. And that's just not the case. He has a character flaw, which is dishonesty. And like I said, if you will lie to the person that you say you care about the most, I care about her so much and I want to be with her so much, and you was doing all this and you was moving real shady, you know what I'm saying, with all the different women in the villa, bruh, you would do that to your homeboy too. You would do that to your family too. No. He is not a good friend until he can be honest. And it's really going to be difficult for you to be honest. And that's why I say he got to listen. In reference to everything that she was laying out about how he had to like really work for it, which, Mel, you haven't even proven, you know what I'm saying, that he has to really work for it. Because he gave you the worst version of himself and you still stayed. So to him, your actions are reading louder than what you're telling. Your actions are reading louder than what you're telling. But again, I'm not going to get on Mel too much today. This is in reference to how they're categorizing Sincere as a good person, as a good friend. That's not a good person. That's not a good person. Somebody who would do that and somebody that will lie. And like I said, even the father saying, the type of person you are, that person couldn't sit at the same table with me. Exactly. The way that Corbin said, bruh, you backstabbed me. And it wasn't that he, you know what I'm saying, like was going around doing shady stuff to Corbin. See, that's what kind of threw, everybody else. They're like, dang, what he did to Corbin. Corbin, like, you backstabbed me because you lied to me. I was on your side. I was taking up for you. I was pushing her back into your arms basically because of what you were saying and how you were categorizing what was going on. And you backstabbed me, bruh, because you was lying. You was lying. Sincere, insincere. So listen, we got to be careful how we categorize people just because they sound good and got good talk game. Nah, you better ask the Holy Spirit to turn your discernment up. All the way up to the highest degree it can go, so that you can see beneath the surface of people. You can see beneath the smiles and all the things. He's definitely gonna have to work that out in therapy or something, because I remember he mentioned, I have a problem with people pleasing. Well, people don't like to admit this, but a part of people pleasing is also a character flaw in reference to lying as well, because people pleasing means that you're willing to do and to say whatever in order to please the person, whether it's true or not, whether it's how you feel or not. So Sincere, you got to get your little piece of therapy or something to work this out, work through your traumas and all the things that open this character flaw up. You need to get it closed up, sewed up, glued up, closed up, whatever you got to do. You need to work on yourself, because this behavior is going to continue to show up if you don't truly address it. You just seeing it for yourself, and America seeing it, and everybody else seeing it. Okay, that's a first step. Yeah, we've seen it, right? You admitting that you have a problem. Okay. The next thing is you need to get some help. 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 And I'm praying for you. I'm praying for Mel. And I ain't talking about praying that y'all be together. No, that ain't what I'm praying. But I'm praying that you all get the professional help that you all need so you can be your best selves. Okay? Listen. So thank y'all for chilling with your girl for the moment to hear what I think too. And y'all stay tuned for the next episode. Love y'all. Bye.